In this podcast episode, Joe Rogan and Duncan Trussell engage in a wide-ranging conversation that delves into the inevitability of artificial intelligence, the evolution of technology, the role of unions, the ethical implications of AI in warfare, and much more. The discussion begins with Rogan and Trussell contemplating the rapid advancements in AI and the importance of embracing and integrating this technology rather than resisting it. They reflect on the significant technological changes witnessed in their lifetimes, from the era of leaded gasoline to the advent of cell phones. The conversation then transitions to the topic of unions, exploring their dual nature as both beneficial and potentially corrupt entities. Rogan and Trussell discuss the power dynamics between workers and employers, the role of unions in advocating for fair wages and working conditions, and the potential for AI to disrupt traditional labor structures by replacing human workers in certain industries. The ethical implications of using AI in military conflicts are also examined, with Rogan and Trussell discussing the development of AI-powered robots, such as robot dogs equipped with machine guns. They consider the potential for AI to make more rational decisions than humans in conflict situations, as well as the dangers of using AI to control populations. The potential benefits of mushrooms for society are humorously imagined, with the hosts envisioning a scenario where AI forces people to take mushrooms to increase cognitive abilities and empathy. Trussell shares a story about the Brotherhood of Eternal Love, a group known for their use of psychedelics in the 1960s. They also touch on the portrayal of exorcisms in movies, recommending films like Late Night with the Devil and The Pope's Exorcist. The influence of Frank Herbert's book Dune on science fiction, including works like Star Wars, is discussed. Trussell highlights the depth of the book and its themes, such as the use of the spice melange as a metaphor for psilocybin. He also mentions the connection between Frank Herbert and Alan Watts, suggesting that their interactions may have influenced the philosophical elements of Dune. The behavior of artists and societal expectations are also examined, with Trussell emphasizing the importance of allowing artists to express themselves freely without judgment or censorship. The impact of social media and online interactions on mental health is discussed, with Trussell noting a trend among younger generations to disconnect from social media and prioritize real-life experiences. A disturbing case involving a 15-year-old girl accused of sending nude photos to classmates under the identity of her ex-boyfriend leads to a discussion about the origins of evil and sociopathic behavior. Trussell references the book The Painted Bird to explore the idea that trauma and survival instincts can shape individuals into monsters. The complexities of conflict and communication are also highlighted, with Trussell emphasizing the importance of internal conflict and self-improvement rather than external conflicts with others. Trussell shares his admiration for author Anne Rice and her transformation from a Gothic writer to a devout Christian, praising her work in books like Interview with the Vampire and The Vampire Lestat. They discuss the allure of vampires as beautiful and charismatic beings, contrasting with the idea of energy vampires who drain others emotionally. Personal topics like Trussell's upcoming comedy special and the challenges of balancing new material with a release are touched upon. Trussell expresses concerns about maintaining a fresh set while touring and performing, indicating his intention to release the special after a series of shows to ensure he has new material to work on. The topic of roast battle at the Comedy Store is discussed, with Trussell admiring Tony Hinchcliffe's quick wit and ability to come up with hilarious insults on the spot. He also shares his admiration for David Lucas and suggests that Hinchcliffe and Lucas should do a show together, given their comedic chemistry. The topic of Satanism is explored, with Trussell sharing his experience of meeting and interacting with Satanists. He emphasizes that not all Satanists are involved in harmful or evil practices, and that some view Satanism as a form of anti-authoritarian mysticism. He challenges negative stereotypes associated with Satanism and encourages people to engage with Satanists to gain a better understanding of their beliefs. The conversation returns to AI, with Trussell expressing both excitement and apprehension about advancements in artificial intelligence. They discuss OpenAI's training of the next frontier model and the potential implications of reaching the next level of capabilities in the path to AGI. Trussell reflects on the parallels between AI development and the birth of a new entity, drawing comparisons to the ending of the movie Rosemary's Baby. Psychedelic experiences and the exploration of altered states of consciousness are also discussed. Trussell shares his belief in the possibility of encountering beings in altered states of consciousness, drawing from his own experiences and the stories of others. The influence of the CIA on cultural movements, particularly in the music industry, is examined, with discussions on the CIA's involvement in LSD experiments, the creation of the Laurel Canyon scene, and the manipulation of cultural icons like Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles. Trussell shares his personal experiences with psychedelics, highlighting how they can lead to introspection, self-love, and a reevaluation of societal norms. He emphasizes the importance of questioning authority and the power structures that exist, suggesting that psychedelics have the potential to break down hierarchies and promote unity among individuals. The relationship between psychedelics and religion is explored, with Trussell referencing the theory that religious experiences, such as Moses and the burning bush, may have been influenced by psychedelic substances like DMT. They discuss the idea that psychedelics can provide individuals with a direct connection to the divine, bypassing the need for a priestly class or religious hierarchy. The concept of fear and its role in shaping human behavior is discussed, with Rogan and Trussell contrasting fear with the power of love to promote compassion, understanding, and unity. Trussell shares insights from Buddhist teachings, emphasizing the importance of self-love, forgiveness, and the healing that comes from returning to a state of love. The interpretation of religious texts, particularly the Bible, is considered, with Trussell highlighting the layers of meaning and symbolism present in these ancient writings. He encourages listeners to trust their instincts and engage critically with religious teachings rather than blindly following the interpretations of others. The role of organized religion and the potential for manipulation by charismatic leaders within religious institutions are also discussed. Rogan and Trussell acknowledge the positive aspects of community and spiritual connection fostered through religious practice, while cautioning against the dangers of blind faith and the abuse of power by religious authorities. The conversation concludes with a lighthearted discussion about the potential for human evolution and the integration of AI technology into society. Rogan and Trussell speculate about a future where humans communicate without words, tapping into a collective consciousness and transcending traditional forms of communication. They playfully imagine a scenario where aliens land, revealing that humanity has been part of a grand experiment all along.